Hi, it's Jon Mitchell, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. A couple of good things this week that I wanted to flag for you. Actually, one thing in the way of just news commentary. So we dodged a bullet this week with Hurricane Matthew. It is hitting the Florida coast and the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, North Carolina very hard, and we certainly hope those folks in that part of our country get through it okay. It was earlier this week headed straight for us, and we are pleased that it is forecast to take a hard right turn into the Atlantic. But because it was tracking in our direction, we started to gear up. We started to work on cutting down dead branches from street trees and cleaning out catch basins and filling sandbags and making sure our backup power was in place at our water treatment plant and a number of other things. And it's a reminder that we live in a city that is prone to hurricanes. There's a reason, after all, why the hurricane dike is in place and why the federal government spent a considerable amount of money in the 60s to build it. We are arguably the northernmost city in America that is prone to hurricanes. And so, although the dike certainly plays an important role in protecting us, it's not the only thing that it isn't foolproof. And so what we have to do in this time of year is remember that a little preparedness can go a long way. So we have, and I won't belabor it, we have on the city's website a list of items that you should think of either stocking or replenishing, things like batteries and water and a number of other tips that are useful in the event of a storm. We've got to stay on top of it. The reality is that we've got to we have to be vigilant, and we will. And I just, this week was just another reminder of it. And this hurricane season isn't done, so it's worth thinking about that. The other thing I want to talk about is the dedication of the Tom Lopes statue in Washington Square, this is a fantastic project in a number of ways. It is a key intersection in the city, and its beautification will really, I think, enhance the whole look and appearance as you go down County Street. It's in a site that had been slated for renovation a few years back. The preservation group Whale had bought the house on the site and was about to restore it when a fire burnt it down, and they had to demolish it. But it's being turned now into a beautiful small park that will feature and will be named after Tom Lopes, who, and this is the important part, Tom Lopes was a guy known across the community and beyond, a real pioneer politically, as a community leader. He was the first Cape Verdean ever elected to the Massachusetts House of Representatives. So that alone is worthy of our praise and saluting him and memorializing him. But Tom was so much more than that, as a media figure in the city, as well as a leader in so many community groups over the years. I want to thank his family in particular, his brother-in-law Lenny Ramos and his sister Debbie, and the entire Lopes family for pushing it forward. But it also took a lot of work from our city crews, and it's going to look great. And I hope everybody gets the chance to go by and just reflect on all the work that Tom Lopes did over the course of his career. He was one terrific public servant. The last thing I'll say is that this week's a good sports weekend. Lots of high school football games, lots of other high school sporting events. I hope everybody has a chance to get out and see some live action. We've got such a rich history of high school sports in Greater New Bedford. Buddy Thomas at the Standard Times has spent the last few years depicting so much of it and doing it so skillfully. But we're very proud of our high school athletes. And on the pro level, Tom Brady is back. I look forward to sitting on my couch watching him tear up the Browns on Sunday. And I hope everybody enjoys the long weekend.